Hello, everyone. My name is Jess Markowitz. I am a superstar director from Las Vegas, and I was asked to talk about follow-up. I'm actually going to be talking about it in a different angle because there's a lot of amazing rock stars that have been talking about follow-up and will continue to, and sharing their ways of following up, which is amazing. But I want to talk about why it's so important, especially if you're new to the business. And there's so many new people right now that I feel like it's an important subject that we touch so you understand the importance of it. So when you go to a brand new restaurant, when you hear that there's this brand new restaurant that around the corner that opened up, what is the reason why you go? One of the reasons is because it's close, it's near, right? But one of the most popular reasons why people go to that specific restaurant is because they've gotten some type of a recommendation. Somebody they know has said, hey, you have to try this new restaurant around the corner. It's incredible. So that is going to build credibility, right? And we then feel that we're going to trust that if we spend our money there, we're not only going to get a good food, our money's going to be worth it spending it, and we're also going to get good service. Because all of that is how people tend to judge whether they like a place or not. It could be great food, but if the service is horrible, there's plenty of great food out there, right? Why am I talking about food and restaurants? Well, because you are a business owner. We actually don't have the privilege of having a big sign saying Scentsy consultant, here I am, come shop at my store, because we're a party planning business and we actually have the privilege of doing it from our own home. And so that means we need to be able to build a foundation of our business. Okay. So just like there's chains of restaurants that people go, oh, okay, I love that. I'm so glad it just opened up. Let's go. Because you've been there, you've eaten it, you've already testified to the food, the service, everything. And it's a chain. So they kind of run everything the same, right? Well, we are all independent consultants of Scentsy, right? So you may get a customer for the purpose of they've tried the product, they have it in their house, they just don't have a consultant that they stick with, right? So you're going to get customers in the beginning just by letting people know that you're a Scentsy consultant. There are still people out there, though, however, that don't know what Scentsy is. I know, 2020, and we've been around for 15 years. You think, where have they been living? Under a rock, right? Well, here's the thing. That's actually a benefit to you and I and everybody in Scentsy, is that we still have lots of room to grow, tons of room to grow, that we still have a job of actually educating our customers, okay? So if they buy from you because they know the product already, they've already have a warmer, they already use the wax, that's the benefit of becoming a consultant, is that there are those customers out there that will buy from you just because they find out you're a Scentsy consultant. Even without any relationship, they see your car, they see you're wearing a badge, a cute little bag, whatever, they will purchase from you just because they know the product. Okay. But I want you to understand the difference between a customer and a client. A customer is the person that we just talked about. The person that comes to you, buys from you because they love the product. But here's the thing with a customer. A customer is a one-time purchase. They want their stuff. They see an avenue. You're their resource to get their stuff. But there's no connection or relationship other than you're the one that deals their products. Okay. Have you ever heard the expression Scentsy dealer? Because people get obsessed with our stuff, which is a good thing, right? But we need to talk about how to build clients. Clients are people that are loyal to your business, loyal to you as their consultant. I'm sorry, my nose is like itching like crazy. Somebody's talking about me apparently. I don't know. Clients they're repeat customers. So when they need their Scentsy, they think of you. They don't think of, I just need to go to a website. I don't care whose I'm going to go. They think that you are what represents Scentsy to them. You are their avenue. You are their door, their reference, okay? And also, clients are who send you business. The reason why is because they trust you on how you do your business. They trust you that you are trustworthy as far as handling their money and that you do deliver their product. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. I'm sorry. If I wasn't live, I would stop this. They trust that if they referred you to a friend that you have no connection with, they know you're going to take care of that person. And not only for the first time, but you're actually going to take care of them, meaning you're going to make sure they don't run out of their Scentsy. They're not going to be without their products, because that's what happens with customers. When you think of your business as I need more customers, that means I need somebody new to put to achieve my sales goals for today. But the beauty of this business is we have a consumable product. We have a product that once they get their first warmer or diffuser or even Scentsy Go, they need more of it, or even our fragrance flowers or our room sprays. I have tons of examples here in the back. They're all consumable products that once they've experienced it, they'll fall in love. And what was going to happen? They need more. But what is going to determine if they go to you or they find the next person in the parking lot that has a label on their car, or the next person that's walking around with a Scentsy badge? Or here's one that's very interesting I want you to think about. Or they're just going to go to a Scentsy party knowing that they're going to get their Scentsy products, but still have no intention of naming that person as their consultant. And why is that? That's what we're going to talk about. Why, when customers come to parties, they still don't consider you their consultant. And I know right now, currently, we're in May of 2020, and we're in a pandemic, and so we can't necessarily do big parties anymore, but it's starting to open up. You can start having small little sniffs again. But even online, there's a way to establish a connection, a relationship, in order to make them think, oh, I need more Scentsy, I need to call Jess. Not, oh, I guess I better Google, a Scentsy consultant, which I'm telling you your customers are doing if they are staying in the customer slot, okay? I'm just looking at my notes. Okay, so you may have heard the expression, people do business with people they know, trust, and like or respect. I like to say respect, because if you like somebody, that doesn't necessarily mean you respect them. You might like them, like they're fine, whatever, but I don't respect you in the fact that I'm going to give you my business repeatedly or even refer you to people. Does that make sense? So I personally like to say people do business with people they know, like, and respect, okay? Trust and respect. I'm messing up my own thing. No, trust and respect. So how do they get to know you? That's when we're going to talk about follow-up. The hardest part of your business is the first transaction, okay? Because they don't know anything about you. Now, if you're brand new and you are in your warm market with your sister, your mom, your cousin, your neighbor, that's your warm market. You don't really necessarily need to build the know part of it, because they already know you. That's why we want you to start in the warm market, okay? But trust, how do we build trust, okay? Trust is built when you are putting effort into that relationship before they even realize that there is one, or is going to be one. And the trust begins when, I feel like I have a hair on my face or something. I'm so sorry, you guys. The trust begins when you follow up with that first time that you deliver the products, okay? Why do we follow up? I'm going to touch a little bit on that, but I know that there's a lot of other follow-up training on that. I want to stick more to the psychological side of it. So why do we follow up? We want to make sure that their products are working. We want to make sure their products are even out of the box. Because I can't tell you how many times I've followed up with my people and they're like, oh yeah, I still haven't opened it. I'm like, girl, open your stuff. I want to know what's your favorite. I want to know if you like it. I want to know if it's working okay for you. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're right. But here's the thing. If they're not opening their products within a couple days of them receiving it, what is that doing for your business? That's slowing down the process of actual return business, right? Because if they haven't used their product, they don't need anymore, okay? So we need to make sure that they are opening the box and actually using the product, because that's when you're going to find out if they actually like it. Even if they went to a sit and sniff with you, maybe a on-location party, they sat at Starbucks with you and smelled testers, whatever, even if they smelt those testers, it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to like it once it's melted, and all of those different layers of the low note, the midnight note, and the top note, once they blend together, are going to still be the fragrance that they enjoy. There might be one bottom note that just makes the change that they don't necessarily care for, okay? Because when we smell the testers, we're rubbing it to kind of get that warming sensation to bring up that at least middle note, but it's not necessarily going to bring up the bottom note. So that can change to some people. Some people are that picky that if anything changes of what they originally smelled, they're turned off. So we need to catch that as soon as possible. We need to make sure that they're not putting our stuff in and going, oh, yeah, oh, no, I need to turn this off. And guess what, guys? They're turning it off and they're keeping it off because they are turned off to the product. Even though they have 5 other bars of other fragrances, they may be turned off to the point that they think they're not going to like any of those. Okay, we all know that there's so many fragrances that it's very likely we're going to find something for them. But if we don't go through the part of actually consulting, which is who we are, right? Independent consultants, and finding out what it is about that scent that they all of a sudden don't like anymore, okay? And they could say, you know what? I really like this. I smelled that, and now I smell a little bit of this, and that's what I don't like. Okay, because it doesn't necessarily mean they read the description when they smell a tester. They may smell it, go, oh, I like that, okay? But they're not like, let me make sure there's no fragrances in there that I don't like. Some of them will be. Some of them are very picky and they do that, but others won't. So that's our job to get down to the issue, to the bottom of the issue, to be able to fix it. Okay, that's when we're going to say, hey, you know, did you only use like a couple cubes? Take it back. You can use it for samples. And then when you have free credit, get them something different. All right. And that's when you're able to consult them and say, hey, why don't you try another bar? Let's see if it was only that one. I don't want you sitting with 6 bars that you absolutely hate. Try a cube in each one just to make sure, and keep me posted, and I'll touch base with you as you try the new fragrances. Okay. What is that doing? That is making them go, wow, this person really cares about her business, his business, and I'm a part of that. I contribute to that business. They're going out of their way to take their time to call me, make sure that I know that I like my products, and they're consulting me and helping me figure out how I can have the best experience with the product. That means that they really want my business. They're putting effort into the business, because I hate to burst your bubble, guys. An online order is not a lot of work. Anybody can go on, find your website and click and pay and be done, right? It's up to us to keep that business, okay? You're going to find that a lot of people, including myself, online orders always get some type of snail mail and thank you card, and maybe a sample, or even like if they spent a lot, like a scent circle or a car bar or something in it. Now, you do that as you can. Again, if you're brand new, and I know a lot of other leaders were saying the same thing, that you do what you can, okay? Start off small, but online orders are your future, because that's what keeps your business going and the most simple. If they're willing to shop online without smelling anything, that is huge for you, okay? So you want to make sure they're happy and they're still continuing to come to you. I'm going to ask you a question. Are you easy to forget? Are you easy to forget? And that question comes from, what are you doing to make sure that your customers, because remember, they're still in the customer zone until they bought a second time or even a few more times. What are you doing to make sure they don't forget that you are their Scentsy consultant. So one of the things that's so important is labeling everything. Yes, that's work, it's time, but the effort that you put in is going to be rewarded. They notice those things because let me tell you, if they've bought Scentsy before, it's very likely that they just got a bag of products and absolutely nothing else. There was no marketing in there. There was no business magnet. There was no labels on anything. So nobody can verify where they got their products. But when you are labeling and putting marketing material and putting a business magnet on there, because psychologically, they're looking at a magnet and going, oh, it's a magnet. Bam, they slap it on the refrigerator. And then when they think of Scentsy, they're going to know that that's their resource. Okay? So when you're mailing stuff in the mail, when your follow-up process, I still recommend you still call everybody, especially if they're online. You call them, you thank them for their order, you ask them where they found you. Because if they Googled you, you know you're doing something right with your marketing with Google. If they got a referral from somebody else, you know you're doing good customer care because people trust you in order to refer you. Okay? You need to ask those questions because you need to know what you're doing right. And then you can reward those people that are referring you, saying, you know what? Your referral is the best compliment you can ever give me in my business. So I want to make sure that I thank you for that. You know, your next order is X amount, 10% off, whatever you can do in your business. I have a rewards program, a referral program. So depending on what they do, they send me a customer, they send me a host, somebody joins my team. They get different things, but make sure it's something you can be consistent with because you don't want two different people to refer you that know each other and go, well, I only got that. Well, I only got this. So be consistent. And so you can explain why they got that. If this person only bought and they only bought a scent circle, you're not going to go give them, a bar because that's more money than the scent circle. So you may get their next light bulb is free, whatever. So you figure out financially what you can do and what you can do consistently without breaking your bank. And that is also going to be tax deductible. Okay. Because we can only gift $25 a person per year for a tax deduction. So make sure you're tracking that stuff. So labeling everything. Also, are you putting your picture on everything? People need to see you. They need to connect. Oh yeah, I remember doing that sit and sniff with my friend and that consultant was there. Yeah, I remember this person. So when they pick up their bar, and of course I don't have a bar in front of me. Do I have one? I don't have one. Let me see. I know I'm getting past time, so I need to move it, right? I should have had this in front of me. Let me just grab one really fast. Okay, so when people get my bars, they not only see my info, but they see me and my family. So they are psychologically being grinded into their brain that Jess Markowitz is their Scentsy consultant because they see my name, they see my face on everything. So when you call to make that follow-up, they're not going to be like, wait, who are you? They're going to be like, oh, yeah, that's that chick on my bars. That's that guy that's on my magnet on my refrigerator that he sent me in the mail. Okay? So these are the things that I want you to think about what are you doing to put effort into building those relationships? What are you doing to actually consult your customers so they can become clients? So they can be people that are sending business your way, as well as when people join the business, they're essentially joining you. They're seeing what you're doing and they're saying, wow, if I joined, I'd have somebody that can actually lead me to success because I could follow what this person's doing, because I like what this person's doing, because she put a label on everything. She psychologically grinded in my brain that she's my consultant. I want to do that too. And so now I see actual steps that she's doing in order for me to be successful, because most people get nervous about joining because they think they have no skill. And so what you're actually doing with follow-up is also, you may never thought of this before, you're also training your future consultants. You're showing them how you're building your business. You're showing them how you keep your business and you build those relationships. So I'm way past time. I'm so sorry, but I hope this gives you at least something to think about of what am I doing to stand out? How am I getting to know people? And how am I converting my customers to my clients? And hopefully it's through your follow-up process, which you're going to get tons of information of different systems that people uses. So I hope you can put this thought process and combine it into the actual systems of how you're going to follow up. I hope you have a sensational day. I hope this was helpful. And of course, you're always welcome to reach out to me with questions, or obviously your sponsor and upline are great avenue as well. Okay, have a great day. Bye-bye.